Washington Pod presents EARL Nightingale.
Good ideas are wondrous, delightful, magical things. They explain why people often earn vastly greater incomes after retirement than they ever did on the job that they so assiduously hung on to for 35 or 40 years. With the pension to provide a safe base below which they know they can't fall, they find they have the confidence to pursue those ends and ideas they lacked the confidence and courage to pursue when they were working. That's fine. There's nothing written in marble about when we do what we ought to do. Any time will do. But often we hear such people say, I should have done this 30 years ago. My God, think where I could have been today. And think of the fun we would have had. The fact is, there's no such thing as security as long as we're alive. Security may only be found at both ends of life, before and after, not during. If we're looking for security during our lifetimes, we're looking for something that simply cannot be guaranteed. Insecurity is our natural state. It's not the chimera, the fire-breathing, multi-legged and clawed monstrosity we think it is. Insecurity is autonomy and gives us the options we need for interest and challenge in our lives. It doesn't hurt to have 6 months or a year's income tucked away someplace. That also gives us freedom and autonomy. It gives us time to make a change. A good idea is an idea that results in a change that is beneficial. And good ideas come in all shapes and sizes. One Sunday morning, a man awakened at 8 o'clock, found himself wide awake, and got up. He put on a pot of coffee, took a shower, shaved, splashed on his best aftershave lotion. He then returned to the kitchen, had a cup of coffee and a glass of orange juice. At 10 o'clock, he crawled back into bed and hugged his wife. Later, over her own coffee and orange juice, she told him it was the nicest Sunday morning she could remember. Then, to prove he wasn't the only one who could smash a precedent on a Sunday, she checked the television schedule and turned on the football game for him. Later, he was served a delicious lunch on a TV table. The idea of showering, shaving, and later going back to bed and hugging his wife on a Sunday morning proved to be one of his best ideas and soon became something of a Sunday tradition. A good idea means positive change. And a great money-making good idea needn't come up with anything radically new. There's a larger success in everything that is successful already through good ideas. If there's a modest business in town that's earning a profit for its owner, it can be improved to the point of earning a much larger profit. If there's a dumb, out-of-date motel in your area that's still getting enough business to earn a profit, why not turn it into a super wonderful motel and earn a bigger profit, or build a super wonderful motel across the street from it? Offer so many wonderful benefits nobody will ever think of stopping anywhere else. And once it's about as successful as it can be, start a program of remodeling the rooms, one by one, so that the place is in an unending state of renewal, like the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. Don't ever say, I'd like to get to the point where I can start taking things easy. Certainly you can arrange for the hard work to be done by others, but you want to keep thinking and planning for the future. Once a person runs out of anything interesting to do, he starts the long downward slide. He begins to fall apart. Things start going wrong. After you die, you can take it easy. Talk about sleep. The people who live longest are those people who never run out of something to do. They're farmers who have new crops to plant and harvest, fresh cows to milk, and 100 other chores that demand attention. They're teachers who have a new class every year, or writers who get through writing on one subject and are soon off on another. And they're people who never run out of ideas. When they come to the end of their lives, they're caught up in full stride like a suddenly broken motion picture film. We learn in reading Ortega that we are the only creatures on the planet who are born into a natural state of disorientation with our world. All other creatures are at home in their new world. Controlled entirely by instinct and reacting automatically to whatever stimuli affects them, they never have to ask, what shall I do? Why was this pre-planned state denied us? Because we're the only creatures on the planet with the power to create our own worlds within the world in which we find ourselves. an awesome power indeed. That's why ideas are the greatest things on earth, for it is ideas that shape our lives. Unfortunately, with all too many of us, it's the lack of great ideas that shape our lives by their absence. A poet once wrote, "Blessed is the man who has found his work." A great idea indeed, for the man or woman who has found an unending vein of interest to explore. The future represents a happy prospect. Another great idea is that such work exists for each of us. If we've not yet found it, we can do no better than to continue our explorations until we do find it. Another great idea. Our rewards, all the years of our lives, will be in proportion to our service. We are here, we live, in order to serve one another.